42 goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67 though of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Ferdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Oh, into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Derek Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome everybody to Friday Night Racing Action as the NTRL Arca series brings it on up to the Great White North. Well, it's not white in the sim, but it's definitely white now after getting a bunch of snow. But we're at the Magic Mile here in New Hampshire for 180 laps of 1 mile flat track racing here tonight. These guys are going to have a tough time handling these cars here tonight. So without further ado, let's get on down to start the action and start us off with that national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. As always, we gotta have a big shout out to our great sponsors of JP Designs and 3D Prints, Davidson Builders as well. Thank you guys so very much. Big thank you to Admin Box as well. Let's see here. We also have SimGearCentral.com as well. Thank you guys. TrackDogsRacing.com, the premier merchandising supplier of AAA Broadcasting and the NTRL, as well as Track Bar Media. We thank you guys so much. And of course, big thank you to CountryThroughTheAges.com for your action replay camera. Wow, goodness gracious, as we go live here, I'm Alan Brown, and I am joined by two of my favorite people at my most hated track. We got Mr. Alan English joining us here tonight. And Alan, we're at the very flat, very short 1 mile track here in New Hampshire, and these guys are going to have a tough test. I think this is going to be one of the first broadcasts we have ever from up here.
I think so. It's been a long time, I believe, since we've been to a race here at New Hampshire. But this 1 mile track is very technical. It runs like a short track, as it should. But there's no high banking here. I mean, you really have to wheel it around these corners. You have to be careful getting power back down, coming out of the corners. We beat that to death at these tracks, but it's very, very important, especially here. Exiting turn 4 and exiting turn 2, you really want to be easy on getting back to the gas. And these guys are going to find that out pretty quick once they've got some worn down tires. And some of these guys might find out on lap number 1 on cold tires that it's pretty hard to get power down without losing the rear end. So, yeah, look for that. Look for some guys with starting push condition coming into the turns once these tires start getting some wear in them, because it won't take long.
No, it will not. As we head on down there to pit road, and Adam, I know you've probably found all those lobster rolls. We don't do the whole corn dog thing. We do lobster rolls up here, so I'm sure you're getting fat and happy on that. But this is a track where we've seen some fights in the real life NASCAR start to kind of boil over.
Yeah, I'd love to have some lobster rolls. I hadn't found Billy's left me here. He was kind of showing me around. But I know this is your favorite track. It's your home track, so I know you're happy to be here, home in New Hampshire. It's a crazy track. It's almost like, hey, let's go out to the Walmart, and then we'll just set up a track around the Walmart on the concrete, and we'll call it a NASCAR track. That's kind of what we got here, isn't it? Super flat.
Super flat.
But I mean, we're going to have some fun. And the fighting you talk about, yes, I sure hope we see some fights. This would be the track to fight someone. Hey, nobody cares right now. It's the middle end of January. You guys fight it out on a Friday. We're tired of seeing everybody be so nice to each other. This is a track you guys let loose. Start fighting. Let's have some fun.
Punches.
Yeah, why not? Do it like NASCAR guys, man. Arm wrestle. Do something. 2 fast repairs. 5 sets of tires total. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. 70% fuel, 30 incident points. You'll be disqualified. Here's the kicker, Brown. So, it's now 113 degrees on the track, so it's still hot.
Hot as we take a look at tonight's race info. Well, it's better than the 8 inches of snow that they just got today. But
that might be more fun to watch, though.
That would actually.
Put the tire chains on. Let's go.
I ain't gonna lie, that does sound actually like that could be pretty fun here. So take a look at tonight's race info. Bright sunny skies here as everything starts to try to get all warmed up over here, bringing us down to tonight's key to the race. And I know everyone likes some good old rock and roll, but you really gotta stay off of that granite on these corners. There's a kind of granite slabs set up on that high side, the top couple lanes there. You do not want to get your tires up on that. You're just going to get pushed up into the wall. If you're lucky, if you're unlucky, you're going to end up finding out how flat track racing is really like, and you're going to spin yourself out.
Yep.
That's granite.
Don't use your fast repairs too early here.
What?
Yeah, it's granite, bro.
The granite state. I know that.
They got a lot of granite there, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we got too much granite.
Does it mean that your countertops are made of granite and they're cheaper than what we paid for?
They make them out of Formica and charge more, probably.
Yeah. If anything, they charge more.
No. I'm sorry.
That's why no one up here uses granite. Because we all hate it. You don't want that radon poisoning. Come on.
You're a marble guy, aren't you?
No,
I've seen a lot of people pouring concrete countertops.
I like the concrete. That's cool.
Yeah, man, that's neat.
Oh, yeah, get the epoxy coating on that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go full
Or stained
70s.
concrete. I've seen that.
We'll do the Formica, 70s style.
With the little aluminum trim on the edge.
Yeah. Yellow or
The way my house was.
green. Yeah.
Well, Arca cars, we're going to see some parts flying tonight. Maybe we've got the new damage model on this platform, the NASCAR or the Arca stock car. So watch for some screwed up front ends. You know, that's one of the first things to go when you get into the wall. Is you'll see somebody's wheel pointed the wrong direction. They're steering on their steer axle. So, yeah, it's gonna be there's gonna be some parts damaged out here today, I believe. Some folks smoking the inside wall after losing it out of turn 4 or turn 2.
As we ride around here with Cole Larson, actually doing some shifting in the car today.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna see one more lap there from him, but we ran out of time, which means these drivers are getting all locked up and ready down there as we head on down to the, I believe they start on the front stretch here. Yes, they do. So let's tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to be starting here tonight. Starting us off with the 315 of Zach Millett getting that pole position. The one of the COVID man himself, Derek Welsh, he's going to start on his outside there in second. Nicholas Coate in the 5 has a pretty good starting spot here tonight. Starting in third, the 60 of Brian Neff starting up there as well in fourth. 69, Larry Dickerson will start here in fifth with the 90 of Daniel Baker racing his Sonic machine. Gonna start here in sixth. Seventh, we got the 92 of Timothy Stubblefield. Stubblefield liking these top 10 starting spots. 70 of Robert Amaral will start up there in eighth. You got the 19 of Cole Larson starting there in ninth, with Josh Kelleher just happy to be here tonight after getting hit by a semi. Is gonna get this one started here inside that top 10.
11th place is going to be Vincent Short starting in the 15 machine. 13 of Chris Klein will start in 12th. The 53 of James Slim Bowden out there will start in 13th place. And rounding out your field tonight in 14th place, the 110 of Richard Michelob Gray.
That's who we need up here in New Hampshire. We need Michelob to repave this track for us.
Yeah, you can do it.
He knows how to do it.
Done the big one, the granddaddy. Well, not the granddaddy, but Charlotte. I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
Yes, sirree. Well, here they come down through turns 3 and 4. Everybody all lined up side by side. Here's the pace car. Peels off on down onto pit road as the green flag is out, and away we go. Green flag racing for the first time here in the 603. Side by side they go. That 315 getting a good start. Almost 3 wide. Door to door banging action here between the 5 and the 1. Coate and Welsh. A little squiggly there coming out of turn number 2 for a couple of these drivers, but they're able to hang on as that 315 continues to get a good run. The 60 and the 5 continuing to go side by side here down through turns 3 and 4. The 60 getting 2 tires up on that granite line, but able to make that car rotate around and hold on to that position there in third as the 5 drifts on back and is now getting attacked by the 69 of Larry Dickerson.
Pretty clean first lap or so right here. These guys are trying to get spread out here. I think we're going to see a pretty good race here if these guys can stay off of each other, especially on corner exit.
Well, I think as the tire wear comes into play, we're going to see it spread out a little bit. And it might not be as exciting as it is right now, but I could be wrong. I mean, I didn't even know there was granite on the track to begin this thing, so what do I know?
I couldn't tell you.
Brown, I mean, English, have you checked the YouTube? We got a couple things going on the YouTube.
Swap over?
Well, that's your thing.
Okay.
I mean, you do the YouTube commentary. I mean, I'm trying to
Richard Gray says, let's go AAA. Josh Kelleher says, Stunny's Auto Repair sponsorship tonight with Riverside Park Speedway new paint scheme. I'll get, he says. Tom says, Ice Road Racers, I'm down. We were talking about the snow and ice there. Jennifer Ray's here, of course, supporting the hashtag Stub Nation out there. And Officer Love saying, boogity boogity, let's go racing.
No,
I can't stand it.
You got to say it the way he wrote it there.
No,
sir.
I won't.
Wow.
Oh, he says Bugatti.
I want to
Yeah.
Bugatti.
Bugatti.
I know what he meant, though.
No, maybe he meant Bugatti. DK just came up with his own thing. That's pretty cool. Bugatti. You don't like boogity boogity?
No comment.
So 92 of Timothy Stubblefield gets around the 70 of Robert Amaral. The 5 is making another lunge here at the 60 of Brian Neff, side by side down that front straightaway here. The 5 getting squirrely under braking there and pushing up the track, but able to get that spot back on the 60 of Brian Neff.
How much braking input are they putting into these things, or at all? Are they just lifting? So they are braking.
Oh, they have to be braking coming in these turns. Let's see if we can get a look at somebody's rotor just to see here. I'm not so sure. Yeah, they have to be.
Oh, they're braking.
Brakes.
They're braking. In a state where we don't brake for much, but we definitely brake for moose, as well as going into turns 1 and 3.
We brake for
70s.
moose.
70s lost a little bit. Amaral.
Yeah,
Drifting up the track.
getting up there on that high line strip, and like I said, you can make it around there and survive. You just can't really make up any time or anything like that. You're just gonna lose spot after spot as there goes the 15 underneath them there, gonna get well clear. The 73 of Josh Kelleher trying to line them up now as we're almost 3 wide here, going into 3 and 4 between 1992 and the 13 of Chris Klein.
.32 still side by side with the 19 here. They go into the turns.
It's like Stubblefield's having a little problem on that granite up top. Yeah.
70 pretty loose right there. Robert Amaral in the Jack Daniels machine. That's just going to get worse as they put some mileage on these tires, boys.
Yeah, they're probably already feeling it, I imagine.
Yeah, 10 laps in and ready for a new set of tires. That's for sure. But I know a couple people who are maybe just feeling like they're getting into the groove, like that 315 of Zach Millett out there, almost a 2-second lead already, just peeling away from these guys. And Derek Welsh trying to stay that 1 second ahead of Nicholas Coate in the 5, as pretty much all the action here is going to be right around this kind of for a top 10 spot here, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, even 12th, all fighting in here.
Well, this is one of those tracks that Derek Welch loves to race. He loves something technical where you have to save tires, and I imagine he's having a blast out there trying to catch Zach Milton, the 315.
How can he be having a blast? He just got out of the hospital, from what I was told.
Well, compared to where he was yesterday, I'm sure
That's true.
he's pretty thankful to be feeling better. Yeah, he was. Boy was in bad shape, man.
He probably got an IV bag in right now racing this thing. He's fine.
They might have brought his steering wheel and strapped it to the hospital bed. I'm not, I never saw the announcement that he left the hospital. He might be racing there. We're going 3 wide here for a second.
Uh-oh.
With Richard Gray on the bottom, but 53. Old Slim's got something for him tonight. James Bowden in the 53 Fujifilm car. He's just driving around everybody. Mercy.
Yeah, indeed. I believe that is the correct term, sir.
Indeed, indeed. As that 110 Michelob trying to get back around that 92 of Timothy Stubblefield. So kind of like a little lazy Susan. Stubbs was working hard and making some passes as we're 3 wide here going into 3 and 4. Oh, still going to be 3 wide, 2 wide coming out onto the front straightaway here. Richard throwing it in there.
Richard's like trading some paint with people tonight. He's working that low line. He's got a shorter distance to travel, but he's having to put a lot of wheel in it, guys. He's going to burn that right front up.
Well, when you're old, you just don't care sometimes. That's kind of how it works. We're talking about the hospital bed. I think I heard Josh pipe in. We were talking about Derek. We have another one that just got out of the hospital. Apparently had a bad wreck. I don't know what happened, but I'm glad he's back.
Don't know if he actually went to the hospital or not, but that
well, either way,
gotta find out where's he at. The 73 Josh Kelleher was on his way back to Massachusetts and got drilled by a semi out in Wyoming. Gotta watch those crazy people out there. And I guess totaled the car and everything, but the sim rig and stuff that was sitting in his trunk all survived, and he's able to race here tonight. As looks like Nicholas Coate in the 5 has caught up with that COVID-19 test tent, driving around out there.
Test tent, yeah.
Bubble boy.
So English. So Josh needs to get with, all those down in Louisiana where you're part, all the billboards. Yeah, the lawyers, he can make some money. Yeah.
Have
you been hit by an 18-wheeler?
You know why?
Yes, I have actually.
It's so expensive down here.
No, he's got to get
billionaire lawyers.
He's got to get what's his, though. Got to get what's coming to him.
Yeah, we need tort reform down here like crazy.
Oh, the 53.
Ooh, hard into the outside wall into Michelob. And that's going to bring out the yellow flag. That's all the 73 getting caught up in it as well.
70 was already fighting a real bad loose condition, but it got progressively worse there as he was trying to dodge a wreck.
Poor Michelob.
Guys, it didn't take too terribly long for us to get a caution here, and lap number 18 out of 180, 10% of the way through this race. You guys foresee some pit stops happening here?
I definitely do. Whether or not they take something there, as you can see, just getting tight on the corner exit there after riding around up on that upper high line, and 53 just drills the outside wall and ends up coming back down right across the track, right where Michelob was there.
But Michelob spun like a ballerina, like he's a cat. He just landed on his feet.
He landed on his feet.
Went right back into motion. He is coming down. We'll see if he gets. I don't know if he'll do a fast repair or not. It doesn't look too tore up.
He's going to need to burn one. Let's see. He has a meatball flag. Let's see here. No meatball flags. Well, that's going to stack everybody back up here, Alan. I mean, what do we say about cautions breeding cautions here?
Yeah, well, so here's going to be the interesting thing now. They're not going to be on a new set of tires, so cold tires aren't going to really be an issue on this restart here, as looks like pretty much everyone in the field staying on out, not coming down into the pit lane, so we're getting things all lined back up here and ready to rumble in just a second. The 315 of Zach Millett still hanging around out there up at the front. You got the one of Derek Welsh restarting by his side. You got the 60 of Brian F. and the 15 of Vince Short. Vince Short thought he was just going to be a starting park, but no, he's still putting around out there tonight.
Yeah, he's going to wait till the last minute to leave for work because he could pick up some attrition positions possibly if we get some folks get wrecked out or disconnected or rage quit or whatever the reason may be. That's something we hadn't seen in a while. We hadn't seen any rage quitters.
Oh, but I'd love to see one tonight. I want to see somebody throw their headset, break something.
I
Maybe
want
we
to
can
see him
capture
wreck
it on.
somebody out and then do that.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course, I want to see that.
Of
Why
course.
wouldn't
Pace
I?
car's
I mean,
coming on down.
everybody knows that.
As we get up and ready here, green flag racing once again from New Hampshire Motor Speedway as the 315 breaks out to an early lead. Once again, the 60 of Brian Neff trying to dive it in on the one. Not quite able to get there, though, as we're 3 wide. Everything going on here towards the back of this field. The 5 getting a little squiggly loose there. Oh, no, there goes the
73.
73. Josh Kelleher. Oh, just getting finished off there. Everyone stopped on the track back there, but green flag is still out.
Yeah, there was nobody right behind the 70 and the 73. That's why there was no yellow thrown. iRacing determined that they were safe to continue. 5 got really out of whack and hit the wall because he moved up and was not clear on the 19 and clipped him. 19 came over the radio and said, 5, you were not clear. That was Nicholas Coate. Now he's fighting a couple of guys for a spot here. Got around the 13 decline. Now he's working on short. Looks like he'll clear him.
Man, bobbing and weaving, cutting his way back up through this field, trying to catch back up to the 60 of Brian Neff. I know those guys were having a pretty good battle there, as we got a good battle here between the 90 of Daniel Baker. Forget the Sonic scheme, man. He's heading on down there to A&W, getting himself some root beer and some Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh.
I'm all for it.
A&W, they used to have the drive-ins, you know.
Yeah.
They had good chili cheese dogs. I guess those kind of days have gone by.
Sonic kind of put them out, I think.
Yeah, maybe so.
Whenever you say drive-in, I keep thinking of the drive-in movie theater that's just down the road from me here.
No, that's what
Y'all still have one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Didn't
that's
we call
awesome.
those English? Didn't we call those drive-ins where you park and get the tray
Yeah.
at your window? Yeah.
Well, a drive-in restaurant. He's
Right.
talking about the drive-in movie.
Yeah. Everything was cool back then. You could drive in and do whatever. You didn't have your damn cell phone. You went around town. You drove in here, then you drove in there to the movie house.
When I was stationed in California, we drive to Santa Maria. There was a drive-in movie theater there. We'd go watch movies, and then I just heard last year that they shut it down.
Oh,
It'd been in business since the 50s, I believe.
man, it's the 5 of Coate. He's driving angry here, flying all the way up to the 315's back bumper here.
He does have newer tires.
Oh.
He got tires on
Yep.
18, lap 18.
So what's the strategy call there, Brown? Is he just going to try to bank a set for later? I mean, these guys are limited to 5 sets of tires total.
Hey, that's going to be a tough call here, especially with 180 laps, 5 sets. They can go by very quickly. Here's the 5 trying to nose his way on in underneath the 315. They're going to be side by side heading down the back straightaway here. I'm going to leave the strategy calls to you guys. And
Oh, that's the problem. We don't know what the hell we're talking about. But
well, same
I don't
here.
know what they were. I don't know what they were trying to do. I think just because they had a chance to come down, maybe lead a lap here on fresh tires, a couple laps,
Yeah, and,
get out front, and just try to wing it. You know.
and the guys that didn't pit said, well, we're still feeling decent on these tires. We're just going to come out here and try to make a whole fuel run. Maybe see what happens in the next few laps with maybe catch another yellow. They didn't want to burn that set too early. Can't say as I really blame them there. Try something different now and then.
I mean, you have to sometimes, especially at a track like this. It's going to be a long race. We're 30 laps in roughly. Still have 150 to go.
I'll tell you what, boys,
That's a lot of turning left.
I'm excited about my AAA broadcasting merchandise coming down here soon. TrackDogsRacing.com sent me a nice Richardson snapback hat with our logo on it.
It's a rewind back here. Oh, tight squeeze, Michelob. Throwing it on around there on the bottom side. He and the 60 of Brian Neff kind of split the paint there with the 13 of Chris Klein. And now the 110 and the 60 stay going side by side here.
I was scared for him there for a minute.
Yeah, TrackDogsRacing.com, and check those guys out. That hat is cool. I hadn't got mine yet, but I did get some other stuff from them, and really cool. Check it out. Real big supporter of a lot of the leagues we're involved with. Hit the like button, the subscribe, the Zuckerberg button. Hit it all.
Yeah. Mash all the buttons.
I know it's Friday. Y'all got better things to do. But hit the buttons.
We're just glad that the folks that are here watching are here with us. Jessica Stubblefield here cheering for Stubbs. And Tom says, I've got some hats from Track Dogs Racing. There you go.
He
says he's got some great hats. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, Richardson hats, man. They're pretty high quality. The ones we have at our work are like Richardson knockoffs, but they're not the same quality. Because that one you gave me there, Adam. That's top notch, man. It's
gold
well
standard.
made.
112 is the gold standard for hats, my opinion. Still battling back here, Richard Gray. Who's in front of him? Let's see. Is that Dickerson?
Yeah, 69, Larry Dickerson. Not
Baker.
too far ahead is that 90 of Daniel Baker. You also got Vince Short up there as well, getting tied up in it.
In the COVID machine, that bright yellow COVID emergency testing unit. Derek Welch in third.
I think when he got that paint scheme, it came with like a month's supply of nasal swabs for his COVID test kit that he has.
Probably did.
No kidding. He was in bad shape the other night. I guess he was like crying out in pain in his sleep, and his boy tried to wake him up, couldn't wake him up. Needless to say, he ended up in the hospital down there. Glad to see him out here racing tonight for sure.
Well, they pumped him up full of something. Got him right, hopefully.
Yeah.
Indeed, as 35 laps have been turned here, as we got everybody all starting to, I don't want to say separate out. We still got side-by-side action going on, like the 13 going around the 53 right now. Derek Welsh still trying to hold up that 90 of Daniel Baker here, holding on to one of those podium spots.
Still got some good racing going on out there. Oh, sorry, I got the hiccups, boys. It just hit me out of nowhere.
Where'd you get some hot sauce? Did you eat something spicy? What'd you have for?
I had a strip steak with some green beans and ham. Some onions in there.
Man, you're really living large right now, and the rest of us are just can't even afford eggs.
Hey,
we can't even afford eggs down here. You're over there eating steaks.
Guess what I ate yesterday? Fried hot dogs with scrambled eggs made into tacos.
Well, you used eggs. That's very expensive. That's probably worth more than your steak.
Ain't no telling how old them eggs were. They were kind of borderline.
This hot dogs and eggs. Now I'm getting real confused on what's happening in Louisiana.
You cut up hot dogs and you fry them in a pan, and then you add your eggs, your scrambled eggs, and you whoop it all up. Put some salt and pepper in there, and put it in a tortilla. That's good eating. A little Valentina sauce and some shredded cheese.
Why don't you use Spam or something like that?
I think I have a can of Spam in there. We ate hot dogs the night before.
Leftover.
So the leftover hot dogs chopped up and fried them.
All right, that's economical.
Yeah, you can use some leftovers, man.
It's like the Depression times. You got to use everything you have now.
Yeah. I mean, we're not to North Korea eating tree bark stage just yet, but we're trying to reuse some stuff. Notice I said yet.
Yeah.
These guys are racing hard back here. Larry Dickerson trying to fight his way through a couple cars here. He's got Vince Short and Derek Welch right in front of him. Larry's been one of the guys we've talked to him several times here lately. He's had some great finishes in the couple of leagues that he's in here. And he's really trying his best here in the Arca series tonight.
They see what they're saying. Tom says he's a high roller. 4-egg omelet this morning.
Oh my goodness!
Boy, that guy must be
That's
rich,
enough
man.
to feed the whole family.
And then Jessica Stubblefield says, way to flaunt your money.
Flexing. That's what the kids call it now.
I don't get. Are hens just not laying eggs no more? What's going on?
No, they injected these chickens with the bird flu because they don't want us to prosper. Yeah, the chickens have the bird flu and they're killing off all the chickens. So there's a chicken pandemic now because the last one they gave us wasn't good enough. So they're just going to hit us with this.
Well,
You know what I'm gonna
go for it.
There's a lot of people that are getting into buying chickens now. Screw that. I'm gonna buy an ostrich, and then one egg. I'll be able to scramble that booger up, and I could fill up a gallon jug with it, and I'll have scrambled eggs for a couple weeks.
Yeah, have you ever dealt with one of them mean sons of guns? No, you're not going to do that.
Okay.
He'd tear you up. Those things are mean.
Yeah, I know a good way to get rid of that bird flu, and that's bake it about 350 for about 20 minutes. That's a good way to get rid of it.
True. That.
Ooh, it's
Dickerson in the wall.
Hey, Diggerson, who was getting all knotted up there with the 15 and the 110, gets a little tight going into the turn there and snags the outside wall. So Michelob, Richard Gray, flying on up through this field up to 6th.
Man, Richard with a great show tonight. He's one of those just put me on a restrictor plate type guys, but he's out there making a pretty good showing here in that 110 car.
That's pretty surprising. Zach Millett's doing a good job today too.
Hey, right now though, the
short track stuff.
5 of Nicholas Coate out in front again. He does have a little fresher tires here. I think they're starting to probably even themselves on out here as he continues to try to extend that lead over that 315. As the 1, the 15, and the 110 all have a little bit of a battle back here.
Oh, Tom said, he said, man, world really getting messed up when bacon's cheaper than eggs.
Yeah, well, it won't be as soon as they bring back the swine flu, that all the stuff they developed in the laboratory.
Don't give no ideas.
Oh, well, they already have the idea. They had the World Economic Festival. They have all the time. They're coming up with a plan right now.
Is that the one where all the guys fly their private jets and then they complain about us driving?
One, and Derek Welsh takes the hard dive down onto pit road, so he's going to be one of our first green flag takers here. Maybe getting some fuel, getting some tires, getting back out there ready in the action. It's a 69 and Dickerson. He ain't taking that pass up for granted there. He's running around the outside of Michelob.
To answer your question in English, yes, that's it.
Gain of function. Just remember that phrase.
We'll
start having some hearings here soon.
It's not going to matter. They've already released the hounds.
Well, Richard may have overdrove his tires as he goes up and scrapes the wall right there.
He's in that granite. He got in the granite.
Yeah, he got slick up there.
It's going to allow the 13, Chris Klein, to squeeze on by here.
Jessica Stubblefield said, my brother had swine flu when it was a big thing 10 years ago or so. Never knew anyone else that did have it. I don't know that I've ever known anybody that had it neither.
No, that was their testing for this one.
They're testing for the big dance. Huh?
Yeah, they were just testing out what they could do.
Derek Welch out there running past the 13. Of course, that is not for position, as Derek is a lap down with Josh Kelleher.
He is, but look at those new tires roll flying his way back up through this field, catching on up now to the 69 and the 15, who are kind of battling it out there for fourth place. He's gonna take it 3 wide, maybe, squeezing down low.
Well, look, he can unlap himself here. You know, the difference in the lap times has been pretty dramatic here. A couple of seconds.
As he sets up the pass here on the 15.
Yeah,
able
15
to
said, "Hey, I'm gonna stay high for you."
able to easily get it done here as we continue to race from the Granite State here. New Hampshire Motor Speedway is the track here tonight, as 50 laps out of 180 have been completed. Robert Amaral in the 92 of Stubbs goes side by side down the back straightaway here.
It's good that these drivers are able to talk to each other and tell one another to go around, maybe. But y'all remember years ago when NASCAR put all the drivers on a single chat channel on a radio that one time, and they end up just hollering or screaming at each other?
That'd be so fun. Do it again.
I don't know if they meant to make it a regular thing or if they just said, "Hey, after the first race, let's not do this anymore."
They should bring it back.
I like the idea. You can just
I think it'd be great.
Air your grievances with the drivers right then and there. Tell them what you really think about it.
I want to see that come back. Think about all the people at the track picking up their headset and just staying on that channel. Hear the crap talking channel.
Yeah, that would be so cool. We have that at iRacing, so that's the best part. We've heard some amazing things over the years with these chats.
This one to cross state lines.
The assault on minor, that did happen.
Oh yeah, that happened.
But here it's been very calm. Nobody's said anything. They're all nice. We need somebody to fire them up. Richard, I'll give you a 6-pack of those tall boy little skinny cans if you could just go ram somebody.
Don't start that bribery.
Start the party. Oh,
he will work for Michelob Ultras. I know that. He's probably listening in. He probably heard you. Well, he's probably just now hearing you because of the delay.
There's about a 15-second delay. Whoa. He got a little cattywampus there.
Yeah, Jessica, the COVID's kind of weird like that too, and so is the flu. My wife had the flu, and I didn't catch it this year. Here comes 15 events short down pit lane.
What I think she's saying is Tim and her, they got the COVID, but her brother didn't because he'd already been injected with it before.
Swine flu may have helped his
well, it was just labeled as swine flu then. It was kind of a gain of function thing.
Oh, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't know because you'll never know because they know.
Dr. Turner, tell us more what we can do to protect ourselves from this deadly disease.
They know. You don't.
All right, Mr. Brown, back to you.
Well, either way, we're going side-by-side racing here with the 53 and the 110 going on down into
again
the backstretch here. Almost a little bit of contact there.
Well, Richard has been contacting some people out there today, hasn't he, Adam?
Oh, he sure has, and I'm going to answer your question. You want to know how to protect yourself against all this stuff that's going on?
All the disease and all. Yeah.
They're handing out. They're just creating in the laboratories. You have over 100 million in the bank, and you'll be finally protected.
I want to get a cabin in the woods and just live there.
Yeah, it'll be isolation if you can do it. That might be your best bet.
Of course, my family as well.
Well, they probably want to go shopping. They want to do all the regular things.
Well, if they end up going and doing something like that, there's going to be a mandatory quarantine. You remember, like when the astronauts came back from the moon and they didn't know if they'd bring anything back, killer viruses or something like that. So they quarantined them in a Airstream camper for like a week.
Or was that a debriefing with the CIA?
Oh, that was to get the alien babies out of their stomachs, maybe. I don't know. Saw that movie with Sigourney Weaver. I know what happens in space.
No, that didn't happen. But the point is, were they really on the moon?
Yeah, we're
Where
back
were
to
they?
racing between the 5 and the 1 machine as the 1 looks low on Nicholas Cote. He's going to take the position. Well, he's going to unlap himself is what he's doing right there.
Yeah, that's what he's doing as we continue to race here. About a third of the way through this thing.
Those astronauts were getting waterboarded. So they got off that thing so they wouldn't tell the truth. What do you think about that? Is that
Don't
far-fetched?
tell him about the staged footprints. Oh,
You know, I make fun of all this stuff. I don't believe all these
sure.
things, guys.
Yeah,
It's just
I'm not
for
a conspiracy guy either.
it's just for fun. I like to bring up an argument and see where it goes.
Well, I've got a little piece of trivia for you.
Okay.
So 1969, the Americans did plant an American flag on the surface of the moon. And it said that, cosmic radiation, because the moon doesn't have an atmosphere, cosmic radiation would have made all of the dye in that flag's material turn white. So now the flag is completely white. And I mean, if you look through a telescope at the moon and can see that flag, it might look like the French were the first on the moon. Just saying. It took a while to tell, but
it was a long story for what you were
Yeah.
getting at, but I liked it. I enjoyed it.
sure. Not everybody's going to understand that punchline. The older folks will.
We are totally spread out though right now. We got one in our Amarals in the pits. Now we're just kind of Sunday afternoon driving. Almost looks like.
Okay.
Except for Millie getting around a 73.
Chris Klein making the dive on down. Same thing with the 70 of Amaral.
Bowden announcing on the radio that he's about to come down.
Zach Millett just coming down about 10 laps ago, trying to shuffle his way back on up to the front.
Jessica Stubblefield says, hey, if you got Netflix, there's a whole series about conspiracy theories on there. That might be fun to watch. I don't have Netflix, but...
I may or may not have seen some of those.
Oh, very nice.
But I don't get all my information from Netflix.
No, it's good to have an
like
imagination, though, and
Yeah.
entertain some of that stuff now and then just to keep the juices flowing.
Well, you just can't trust just don't trust the government. That's the whole key. You can't trust them. I mean, some of the stuff they do is great, but some of the stuff they do isn't.
If we go off the air suddenly,
I'm just saying.
it's been
right?
nice broadcasting with you fellas.
Even Ronald Reagan said that. Some of the worst words you can ever hear is "trust me, I'm with the government."
I'm from the government, and I'm here to help.
I'm here to help. Yeah. I mean, it's common knowledge. I don't know why they banned me from this.
Well, Derek Welch, you think he's going to see any advantage to that early pit stop that he made? I mean, he's unlapped himself. He's back up to 6th. The last car on the lead lap. I mean, for this strategy to work, he really needs it to stay green for a little while.
Yeah, that's true. Needs to let it probably another, what, 10, 15 laps of green left, and he might get back to where he needs to be.
And then by that time, he's going to start losing ground to these guys on the lead lap once again because his tires are going to be a lot more worn than theirs are. So he's playing a little bit of opposite strategy game here. And we're not going to know if it's going to work out for him until we get a lot farther down the road as we're not even halfway through this thing yet. We're barely a third of the way through there, Brown.
Yes, yes, sir. As Zach Millett gets around that 110 of Richard Gray, trying to continue to slide up slide up the leaderboard. Don't know what I was trying to say there, but either way, still being led by the 5 of Nicholas Coate. You got the 90 of Daniel Baker starting to kind of haul some grass here and pick on up to that back bumper.
The guy that hauled grass, he worked for the sod company up there in Belcher, Louisiana.
Oh, I thought you
drove a sod truck. He hauled grass everywhere.
Yeah. Well, grass is pretty popular. People like it.
The 70 having to check up. Robert Amaral almost got into the rear end of Daniel Baker there in that A&W car. Both men are kind of focused on the leader here. Going to try to get around him here.
Yeah, but Amaral is on, I think, a lap down showing on my screen.
Oh, yep, you're right. I'm sorry, buddy. The case is only with Baker there. Baker is being scored in second place right now, right behind Nick Coate.
Both on those lap 18 tires still, so they've made a pretty long run out of them.
Man, it's the 90 kind of diamonds the corner here, trying to get a big run off, and he's going to get one side by side as they come back down, cross the line into turns 1 and 2. He's not going to have the room to do it here.
He's not clear.
Oh.
Yellow's out.
Coach.
What happened back
Slim.
there?
Oh, no. He just pitted too, didn't he?
Really?
Is that a cold tire situation, or did he have some help? I couldn't see it from my view.
Well, we're going to find on out here, I think. Might have been a cold tire situation. Getting up into those barrels, and that engine has seen some better days.
I think it's blowed up on him. He did get a meatball flag, which means he has a mandatory damage repair.
He hit those barrels hard, man.
And up here, we don't fill those things with water. We fill them with ice. So,
jeez.
Yeah, that was
like hitting a concrete wall up there. And oh man, he really hit that one hard. But we're gonna get things all wound down and then stacked back on up here. Gonna get everybody pretty much all fairly close here on same pit laps.
I have a request. Can we talk to Richard Gray? I mean, we've been covering his races for years. We didn't ever get to talk to him, but he's in the top 5 right now. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we can. He's pitting right now, though.
Talk to him maybe once he gets his service.
I don't want to get the old man confused about anything.
Well, hopefully he's listening and he's got a little bit of advance notice here. Definitely a 4-tire and fuel stop here for most of this crowd. Can't see a situation where I'd try to take 2 tires at all. This is it's just a bad idea here.
It's all or nothing here. Well, we got a couple more takers. Brian Neff coming on down. 70, Robert Amaral.
Cole Larson gonna pick up a couple spots here. Everyone's trying to kind of play catch up right now, trying to catch up to where the 5 is leading the field around behind this pace car. He's going to have the 90 of Daniel Baker, the 715 Zach Millett, 69 of Larry Dickerson up there as well.
Richard is your hard charger right now.
Yeah, he is.
Up 9 positions? Mercy.
Yeah, well, you wanted him and you got him here as he gets caught on back up to this field here. So we get to talk to the man, the myth, the legend, the 110, Richard Michelob Gray, running really strong out there tonight, Richard.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Good, man. We've been dying to talk to you for a long time, and we're finally getting to do it. You're having a hell of a race out there.
Yeah.
On a technical track. It's not a restrictor plate where you like to run most of your stuff. You're out there and you're getting a little love on the back bumper right now from your buddy. Talk to us about this race surface. Is it good and slick out there? We know the track temps are really high.
Yeah, it's going away pretty quick as long as you just don't burn your tires up. As long as you hang in there with it, you're doing pretty good.
Well, we don't want to keep you too long. We don't want to keep you past your bedtime either there, Richard. The oldest man in our race said, good luck the rest of the way, man. We really love you.
I appreciate it, guys. I love y'all. Be careful.
Don't tell us to be careful. You be careful out there, Michelob. You're the one driving.
It's a southern thing, man. You always tell somebody that when you're about to not talk to them for a minute.
He needs to be careful for sure.
Yeah. I hope we didn't curse him.
Well, we gonna find out as the pace car dives on down into pit road, and here we go. Lap 76 out of 180 now underway as the 5 gets a great restart there. 315 Zach Millett gonna try to use that room as well as sliding on up through this field. You got the 90 of Daniel Baker trying to hold on onto that outside lane. Now it's gonna be close as people were getting squirrely, including the 5. He's gonna drop all the way from first all the way down to 4th after getting loose coming out of turn number 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
he had a bad problem there.
they're getting real racy here. A little too aggressive for the new tires that everybody seems to be on here.
Our halfway point isn't until lap 90, folks. And we're currently on 77. We've got a pretty good ways to go in this feature.
But if something happens to 110 of Michelob Gray, it's your fault. You're the one that requested him, English, so just so you know.
He has dropped a few spots, but he's
on
staying
record.
out of danger, at least for now.
That's fine. He can work his way back. You just got to manage the tires.
Yeah.
He might be playing the tire management game.
Well, we've known Richard for a long time and raced with him and covered his races in how many different leagues? A bunch, right?
Right.
So, but we never get to talk to him. He's always kind of middle pack guy, at best, and it's just good to talk to him here.
Ooh,
53 is
53.
around again in the grass.
He just something broke loose in the car, and he just went in the grass. I don't know what that was.
And something bust on the car. Man, he doesn't have a meatball flag. Doesn't have any heavy damage. It doesn't appear.
It was weird how he just.
Gated down there. I don't really know.
Yeah, it's starting to be like they're shooting dice in Waco. I know how that goes. Yahtzee.
Tom saying to Richard, ask him if he's got his big boy panties on. That's not very nice. I wouldn't do that to Richard. I'd ask him if he has his adult diaper on if he forgot today. I wouldn't do that either. I love old Richard. He's a good old boy. 60 putting pressure on the 1 here. Even though the 60 is 2 laps down. Trying to get every bit of track position he can, I reckon. What do you think about old Zach Millett there, Alan? That guy can wheel a race car, and he continues to kind of put on a clinic out here of how to race New Hampshire.
Yeah, that he does. We are putting some green flag laps down right now at 3:15 out here, running very, very strong. Looks like the 90 of Daniel Baker, though, trailing off just a little bit. I wonder if the 90 kind of saw what happened on that last long run and said, hey, I'm gonna be a little bit patient here. I'll do all my catching up when everybody's got all their stuff all burnt up. Ooh, it's one of Derek Welsh almost hits that outside wall.
Yeah, the car behind him, the 60, we just mentioned him. He got loose on the last 2 sets of turns. So he has really suffered from a bad loose condition, and it's not really helping too much that all the air is getting taken off of him by the one machine in front of him. Oh, I guess Tom letting us know. He says, whenever Richard keys up on the radio, it says, I ain't got my panties on or something. He said Richard's a nut. Oh, that's funny. Well, still got 9 cars on the lead lap here. Cole Larson trying to stay on the lead lap. He's only 11 seconds behind the leader, so he's got some breathing room. But right now, the race for the Lucky Dogs between Josh Kelleher in the 73 and the 92 of Tim Stubblefield. That might be something to watch here. If the racing starts to get a little bit more intense, these guys are going to be fighting each other over that Lucky Dog spot. And if you're a country music nut like me, especially old school stuff, well, check out countrythroughtheages.com. He's also got a Facebook page as well, Country Through the Ages. That's Cooker. He's one of the OG guys over there at Numb Thumbs Gaming. He plays a little bit of everything, does a lot of streaming. Everybody loves Cooker over there, and he's got a heck of a website with that Country Through the Ages. I swear he probably knows more about old school country music than me or Adam, and we're both fairly knowledgeable. Definitely go check his website out. He's got some good articles on there.
Hey, you ain't kidding us. Larry Dickerson in the 5 of Nick Coates, still kind of balled up here, trying to get everybody all past and where everybody was before that last caution came on out. But that 5 on those new tires just having an issue on the restart there. Gets loose going through turns 1 and 2. Able to save it, but not in time before losing a few positions. Here's the one of Derek Welsh still holding up that 60 of Brian Neff, trying to get his couple laps back. Here's the 15 and the 13 have a little bit of a battle, as well as the 92 Timothy Stubblefield, currently in that Lucky Dog spot, that 1 lap down right now, sitting behind that 15.
Yep, Nikki Short joining us over on YouTube as usual. Saying, woo, looking good out there, Short. Talk about Vince Short in the 15 Track Bar Media machine. Track Bar Media, if you watch the intro to tonight's broadcast, you can see just a little small sampling of the stuff they can do over there. Track Bar Media, they got some talented folks over there for video editing, not just for real life stuff, but for streamers as well. You need a commercial done for your streaming channel. Hell, they put together one heck of a intro for the NTG trucking. So definitely go check those guys out. Track Bar Media. They're easy to find. They're on Facebook, and just type it into the old Googler machine. They'll get you hooked up.
Indeed, as we cross the line and head on down there for halfway through this race. 90 of 180 being completed here. Zach Millett out in up front by a good chunk of change. As we got a good fight here, though, for second and third with Baker, Dickerson, Coate, Derek Welsh, Vince Short hanging around there inside this top 10 as well, as this field continues to kind of get a little spaced out and races on. We'll step aside here for a brief moment of this action, and we will return for the remainder of this last half of this great race coming at you from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And welcome back as the racing action continues to roll on along here tonight. Larry Dickerson making his way past the 5 and the 90, squeezes his way on up into the top 2 right now. Zach Millett still holding on to that lead, about 2 3/4 second out in front of everybody else here as the 5 tries to get on back onto that back bumper of the 69. 90 kind of falling back just a little bit here. The 15 of Vince Short starting to drive away from the 13 of Chris Klein. Chris of the 13 trying to hang on to it here as the 1 of Derek Welsh makes his way on down onto pit road. That means the 92 of Timothy Stubblefield is going to move on up a spot for that one as Josh Kelleher continuing to drive around here right now inside this top 10. Trying to stay on out in the front of these guys as the 19 of Cole Larson sticks with it here inside of this top 10 as well. People waiting for maybe a couple more cautions here. The 60 of Brian Neff and the 70 of Robert Amaral having some issues down there. It's the 53 of James Bowden trying to catch on up to Robert here as Richard Gray is in the pits and has been for 7 minutes.
Well, yeah, you guys ruined him with your conversation with him. It's English's fault.
It might be medication time or something. I don't know. Maybe Nurse Ratchet said, "Hey, everybody, it's medication time. It's medication time." So maybe he had to go do that. But we don't know.
Hey, is that from that little short series or whatever that was?
No, that's for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
Yeah, no, I know it is, but they had a series on One Flew and they had Nurse Ratchet in that too. On Netflix,
really?
some series. There's a series. Yeah, that thing
I have
is
to look
scary.
for that.
Oh, it's scary.
But yeah, these guys still out there racing hard. Didn't really miss any action during that that little halfway break there. Definitely go patronize those sponsors. They put a lot of effort and a lot of a lot of support into these leagues. So definitely go check them out, especially if you're also a streamer and want to get some viewership and stuff. Get some marketing done. Those guys over there at Track Bar Media know what they're doing. So tell them AAA Broadcasting sent you.
Streamer.
Yeah, remember when me and you we did a few of those truck streams. You remember that?
Yeah, just for fun. I mean, it's
We ought to get
fun,
back
I
to do
guess.
that every now and then, or do some flight sim stuff. That's always fun.
Man.
We'd have to take requests. We could fly over your hometown. And
Yeah, we'll fly over your house and crash into it. Remember when we went over to my house, we crashed into it. That was fun.
yeah, we did. I landed a Bell 407 helicopter in the backyard over there, portion of Mar-a-Lago down in Florida. That was kind of fun. There's papers blowing everywhere. I don't know what all them papers were, but
Oh, crafty.
I land that chopper there. I just see paper with red and yellow markings on them all over, just flying around from the tail rotor, the rotor wash. That's what they call it.
Well, you'd have to get in a car and get over to the Delaware portion of that.
Take my Corvette over and lock it in the garage. And oh mercy, the 5 is really catching up here to Larry Dickerson. Put some pressure on the 69.
Yeah, that he is the 5 chasing down that 69 here. Ooh, Maya Yahtzee. He's really using every single inch of that track, helping that car get rotated around.
Guess they got to rotate the tires. This thing is so flat, English. It's worse than being down on the bayou. I mean, it's just flat.
It's worse than driving your pickup truck with an open differential through gumbo mud. That's for sure. It's much slicker than that. Yeah, the 5 caught the 69, but he can't really do nothing with him. at this point. He's just kind of riding along behind him. 6 cars on the lead lap. Chris Klein got some, just as before, you know, the last car on the lead lap does have some breathing room. The leader, Zach Millett, just out there kind of cruising around, 3.5 second gap on second place, which is kind of being contested right now. So I guess old Zach Millett, if these guys start battling for second place, it's going to do nothing but help him put a bigger gap on them.
Yeah, he's
Might
just
help
hoping.
Danny Baker too. Danny Baker's kind of all by himself right now.
Yeah, those two are the ones hoping that there's not a crash or something like that. Millett and Baker. But, yeah, Dickerson and Coder. Kind of the main battle here, looks like.
Well, yeah, Daniel Baker would love for them to go side by side and maybe try to take each other's lines away and slow up just a little bit. They're kind of playing it smart, though. They're going to wait till later on in the race before they start trying to make any moves on each other, I believe.
We have at least one more pit left in this thing, so that'll play a role.
Yeah.
As well. Maybe 2. I'm thinking probably just 1, and maybe with a, if we have a caution, there could be 2.
Well, there is the potential for maybe later on being able to work in an extra set of tires. You might not need fuel, but if you're one of these guys that saved and made a whole fuel run on a set of tires, you might have some extras waiting on you down there.
Well, Derek Welch is in the pits, looks like for the long haul. Must be kind of overwhelmed.
He might not be still feeling 100%. I mean, the guy just got out of the dadgum hospital, so that's not damage repair he's doing there, I believe. I think he's down there probably because he don't feel like it just yet.
Yeah, getting some rest.
Well, the man needs some rest because look, he's running 3 or 4 different racing leagues, and as well as all the other stuff that him and Doug do over there at Numb Thumbs. You know, the virtual trucking company, the Wreckfest, DayZ server. They got all kinds of stuff. If you want to be a part of a gaming community that does all kinds of stuff, not just racing, but all kinds of stuff. They even have Escape from Tarkov. Do all kinds of stuff over there. Go check them out. Numb Thumbs Gaming. Find them on Facebook. Get on the Discord server. There's always somebody on Discord wanting to talk or help you out. You know, if you have questions on how to navigate the Discord and what days certain events might be on. It's a lot of fun over there at Numb Thumbs.
Yeah, it is.
I'm glad I went over there. I had a blast.
That last Yahtzee was brought to you by GE Refrigerators and their super duper ice maker and water in-fridge thingamabob. I don't know what they're called anymore, but
Was it leaking?
no, they're fantastic. Their filters are absolutely amazing. They cost about $125, and you got to replace it every 2 months.
We do ours every 6 months, I think.
Yeah, ours even gives a little.
I got some hard water.
Ours gives a little warning, you know, saying days past due, and it stops at 99. And it's been 99 for a little while.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, time to change it.
Nah.
That's just a money-making scheme, man. They do that to try to rob you.
Kind of like the oil change, 3,000 miles.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
not 3,000 anymore. That may have been true back in the day. I recommended oil change on my last pickup truck that I had, my 3/4 ton. It was 10,000 miles. Oh, here comes Nick Cope. Oh, he's not going to try to take the 69's position there.
Yeah, but no, these guys are working harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter out there. As we're closing in on the final 60 laps of this race.
That means working super hard.
Yeah.
Also,
Ooh,
everyone would
somebody's
be.
car looks blown up on the pit road. I don't know whose that is, but that was funny. I guess Richard Gray's car is on fire right now. I guess he left it on too long or something.
If anybody was worried, don't worry. I might have been sick, but my Windows security are letting me know that my computer is virus free.
Oh, good.
Excellent. I'm happy to hear that. Because it's connected to my computer in some sort of way. And I don't want your virus getting into my virus.
Well, it's
Or
already
your virus
connected
getting into my computer.
to the Russia and the China virus. They got it already in there. They got the plants in there.
It's preloaded.
Ooh, little blink there from the 5.
Uh-oh. Don't reset your router just yet.
Zach Millett passed Robert Amaral. He's trying to make another pass on a lap car, Cole Larson.
Cole Larson already 1 lap down, about to go 2 laps down. The guys that are battling for the lucky dog, not as close as they once were. They got 7/10 between them now. That's Tim Stubblefield and Josh Kelleher. Still 1 lap down. Cole Larson's right there with him as well.
Hey, each driver separated by 8 seconds, almost 9 seconds between Stubbs.
Okay, I was looking at the wrong numbers. I'm sorry.
Between Stubbs and Kelleher, and then Kelleher's got about a 5.5 seconds in between him and there, as the 69 and the 5 continue to battle it out here for second spot. Looks like the 5 keeps getting these little runs, just not able to quite get the job done though, English.
Yeah, man. I mean, catching somebody's one thing, passing them's another. The 5 is definitely doing some experimentation here. He's watching the 69 and what he does when the driver of the 5 does something. And look, he's got some cars up here he can use as a pick. Let's see if he can do something here. Real action is going to happen here in about 5 more laps there, Adam.
Yeah, I just want to see a fight at this point. Nobody's fighting or anything. You just hit the wall, the number 5 did.
I will say these guys are on 50 laps. Old tires here as they continue to drive around. When do you think we're going to actually see maybe some more green flag pit stops here, guys? As they're able to squeeze by the 70 without too much issue. Chris Klein coming on down and in.
I think right about now. Yeah, within 5 laps, I would think. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's like 3 seasons of it on Netflix.
Oh, that I don't even know what that's about. Is that like a Harry Potter thing?
Like an alien thing.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't know.
I thought it was kind of cool. It was set like back when I was a kid, so a lot of that stuff on that show is kind of nostalgic to me.
Well, it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
I was going to say the 60s? What?
Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm not Richard Gray.
No, Richard Gray, when you say the 60s to him and growing up, it's 0060. That's what we're talking about for Richard.
Oh, 1860. Back when he was still wearing a Confederate uniform.
No, he was too young, but his pop did.
His paw. That's what he got.
Yes.
Paw. His paw. His Paul's fields got burned by Sherman.
Oh man.
And as we say that, Michelob Gray putting it back on up onto the hall.
Oh, he gone. He gone.
He's gonna go play some of
Justice.
that Daisy over there in that NTG server.
Guarantee you. He's got better things to do. Even though he was having a decent race for a while.
He was. I
Talked to him on the broadcast too, man. That was awesome.
I just don't know what happened to old Richard.
Yeah, he got uninterested.
So let's go ahead and take a quick look back. This is Michelob coming on down into the pits. Let's rewind it a little bit, see if anything happened to his car here. Yeah, it looks like he was side by side with the 73. The 73 ends up scraping the wall, but Richard just a little love tap on that outside lane, and then he comes on down into pit lane.
He'd just seen enough at that point.
Yeah, probably gotta go make that beer run before those liquor stores in the Carolinas are closing.
Oh, they shut
Ooh,
down a certain
slow
time?
car down there. Ooh, getting a little tight with the
That's
oh my
Jim
goodness.
Bowden.
Yeah, getting little difficult there coming back onto the racetrack. That's going to allow the 5 of Nick Coate to get a pretty good run here on that 69, and they're catching up to that back bumper at the 73 right now.
69 with the outside move.
There you go. Ooh, now kind of lost it a little bit, and Coates back on his tail.
All right, so they're probably going to single file out here, get around this lap traffic at Kelleher, and then probably go back to battling here as everyone starting to make their green flag pit stops. Daniel Baker in the 90 was one of your latest takers there on lap 130. Zach Millett now diving on down into pit lane, your race leader.
Oh, okay, that's a telltale sign of what's going to happen here. I guess lap 133, we're going to start seeing some more shortly.
Yeah, I think these guys were just trying to make it to, the 50 to go mark, which they had just recently crossed, knowing then that they can make it to the end here.
Make it to the end on fuel. But we're going to have some worn out tires out here.
Yeah,
We get a late yellow. Do you think we'll have more guys pitting to get 4 fresh tires?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Kind of a
definitely.
dumb question, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, especially if you're kind of in the back of the field and you're on the lead lap, yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you're not gonna lose anything doing it. 5's coming down right now.
The 5 comes on down while the 90 of Baker catches on up to that back bumper of the 15 and the North. Was that Vermilion Falcons? It is.
What's that?
I don't know. Maybe one of Short's. If he's got kids, their school's home.
Oh, okay.
Their school.
Vermilion.
Vermilion. It's like a million. Just with a
69
ver.
is down
Would,
on pit road.
you said like a million, but with a ver.
Yeah.
I like that. That's what I was gonna say. Great
Oh,
concept.
contact side by side between the 90 and the 15.
Vermilion Parish. That's South Louisiana. Way down there. Yeah, he's got 15's going to have some running to do here.
Right now in 4th. On the lead lap, trying to get around the lap traffic of the 70 and Robert Amaral here. Looks like he's able to do so. He's now catching on up to the back bumper of the 69. Larry Dickerson throwing it into high gear goes that 15. Making up some moves.
Well, here we go. We got some answers here. Jessica Stubblefield says she's looking for a caution as usual. Richard Gray says he had a pretty good laugh at what Tom said. He says, "Dang it, Tom!" He said, "My panties fell down and got tangled up with the pedals, and that's what caused me to exit this race." And then Nikki Short says, "North Vermilion Falcons. That's where the grandbabies go to school." So there you go. There's the answer to the burning question there about the 15's paint job.
I know North Vermilion's way better than South Vermilion. I just heard that.
Oh, is that right?
Ooh, getting loose coming out of the turn and dirt tracking it a little bit goes to 15. Able to get it all collected back up though. He's really pushing that car hard here as Zach Millett continues to lead here tonight, almost 10 seconds clear of that 5 of Nicholas Cope.
Don't start that. It's contagious. You won't get me doing it. But, yeah, man, 10 seconds. What a job Zach Millett's doing out there in that 315. Just smoking everybody.
Yeah, he's kind of setting himself quite a bit apart. I don't know what he could do to kind of ruin this at this point.
Well, if you want to see more of Zach Millett, he does have a Twitch channel, and it's on the hood of his car right now. And it's at that S4 guy. That's at THATS4, the number 4. GUY. He says, "Shoot me a follow," as he takes that Chevrolet around the track one more time.
Hey,
streaming this.
Hey, iRacing, you might want to fix this bug here. If you look at that track bar adjuster, brake bias adjuster for the front and the rear, watch what happens when they go through some of these turns.
Does it move?
It's down the back stretch, it's not there, but during the front stretch, it is there.
It's turning.
Man.
iRacing, the most realistic simulator that you can possibly get.
Well, they do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a compass. It's turned into a compass now. It's always facing north.
I mean, for the best bang for the buck, I'm going to guarantee you that.
Hey, I'll put up with stuff like that. They make a hell of a simulator here. Somebody's down on pit lane. Who's that?
Robert Amaral.
Driver of the 70 Jack Daniels machines coming on down.
DW taking a quick cat nap out there.
Yeah, he needs it. Just lay back in the seat there, DW. Don't worry about it.
Well, another sponsor you want to check out too on Zach Millett's car, Holler Boys Racing TV. I think are they the broadcasters that are about to pick up the truck league for NTG? I believe they are.
I do believe so.
So check those guys out for sure. Check them out on Facebook. I think AAA Broadcasting liked their page, so you can find it that way as well. But Holler Boys Racing TV, those guys do a heck of a job over there broadcasting some races here on iRacing. Like we said, they're picking up the truck league here for NTG. Proud to have them over here so we can maybe sit back and watch a race or two instead of broadcasting it. I know I'll be watching a few of their races for sure. I love the truck league.
Well, trucks are just so fun. They're easier to drive, and they're
forgiving, yeah,
tend to have better racing. To be honest with you, they're pretty fun to race. Everybody's pretty kind of more balanced. It's not as tough a vehicle to drive as like these Arcas are hard. Xfinity is difficult. Then I don't even know what the hell's going on with the next gen. Those things are weird.
Yeah, it's I think that's a work in progress.
Yeah. year in, it's still not very good.
Guys, we're coming down to we got a little over
Are we?
40 laps to go here. Yeah, this race, even with the limited cautions that we've had, it's just a long race. I mean, it's 180 miles here. That's a pretty good ways.
Yeah, it's 180 miles.
You guys still hear me? I think I'm blinking out.
No, we got you.
No, we
Okay.
hear you. I mean, we're just trying to come up with new
Um,
material.
Yeah, I'm having some internet issues, I think, maybe.
No, the thing's blinking on my end too. There's some kind of
iRacing server. Okay.
bug in the server that's.
Check
It looks good on the YouTube machine, but
Sweet.
that's the main thing.
Well, so far, we still got most of the cars out there on the track. Derek Welch, after he got that meatball flag, is still sitting in the pit lane down there, I believe. And, of course, Richard Gray had to disconnect as well. Pretty much everybody else still out there running tonight.
Well, Stubblefield's just hanging in there in 8th. He's down 1. But he's out there. Looks like a lap down.
The Magic Mile. That's what they call this place. Why do they call it the Magic Mile? Anybody know? Or...
Well, it's a mile long, and when NASCAR decided, hey, how about this? Rather than have them do 300 laps, let's let them do 301.
Oh, because it's not exactly a mile.
No, because
it's 1.06 miles.
Oh, whatever.
That's what it is. That's what it's. Well, I'm just reading what this thing.
Yeah, but no, NASCAR's just like, listen, we've seen so much last lap stuff. Let's make the last lap 2 times. But no, you only have 1 last lap. That's not how racing works, NASCAR. And how about you just get your dang haulers out of my dang state? Allow us to.
Oh well, you are
mercy.
Angry. Every weekend. I know there's people up here that can't wait for this race every year, and there's a reason why they took the second race away and moved it.
Because of big business and money.
Well, because the people that own New Hampshire Motor Speedway also own, Vegas and a bunch of other
Phoenix.
tracks. Yeah, so I was like, it don't make sense coming on up here 2 times a year. I mean, there's no other tracks near here either.
Yeah, it's not like they're on their way to somewhere else when they hit this place.
Yeah, it's like you got Watkins Glen in New Hampshire and Pocono. Those are like the 3 closest tracks to each other up here. And they're all separated by, a solid 6-hour drive.
You said the trigger word, Pocono.
What?
Oh, gosh.
Pocono.
Well, he also said another trigger word, magic, because this is the Magic Mile. I spent a lot of time in Minot, North Dakota, which they call the Magic City. And when
They call that the Magic City?
That's what it's called, the Magic City.
Cow.
So I said, you know why they call it the Magic City? My buddy says, why? Because it's magic that there's got to be some kind of magic involved that people would live here voluntarily because it's so damn cold. It's just incredibly bone-chilling cold. And there's no trees up there. It's just windy all the time. Kind of like where you live, Adam. So if it's windy all the time and it's also negative 20,
I don't think so.
You just want to leave.
Yeah, no, thank you. Wind and 60, I don't enjoy.
That's rough. Good people living up there, though, man.
They gotta be.
They
gotta have
people I've ever met in my life live up there in North
Dakota. Yeah, they have to be, or they get murdered in their sleep by the abominable snowman.
The abominable snowman. Well, they help each other out. Neighbors always helping neighbors dig each other out of the snow and pull each other out of the ditch. And Yeah, the Good Samaritan law up there. You can't really pass anybody by if they're stuck in the ditch.
You can't?
Because it's so cold up there. If you
Oh,
get
man.
stuck outside for 15 minutes, you could die.
We'd have to arrest the entire city of Houston. Nobody's stopping for nobody.
Well, different down there. They don't really
I'll
have
be
any
damned.
problems in Houston.
Nothing done. Zero.
Everything's fine.
Oh, it's all gravy. Well, that's interesting. Jessica has a good question. How did
Okay.
y'all get into iRacing World? That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah. Here's how it started for me. Is that I used to play. I think it was NASCAR Racing for one of the old Papyrus games on the computer, and it wasn't. I never played multiplayer, and then when I got the internet, I found out, oh my god, people race against each other on here. It's really, really neat. This was in early 2000s. It was late 90s, early 2000s. So once I started playing that, I said, man, that's great, you know. And then years went by, life happened, and I said, I want to get back into racing people online again. And when was this, Brown? Because me and you started again about the same time.
No, I
Probably
was
2016 or so.
I was before you. But yeah, we
Something like
met up racing with Rick Klein back there, 2016.
Yeah. And then the little league that we had that was kind of based out of Oklahoma picked up Adam Turner as well, and we started racing with some leagues. And we all
Whoa,
raced
19.
together on the same turn. Oh,
19.
Yellow's out too.
Ooh, that's gonna
lost-
get everybody all nodded right back on up.
He lost it on his own
20 to
too.
go.
Self down there. I don't know what happened, but he smacked the wall hard.
Ooh. Yes, the 5 of Nick Coate had his light flash before his eyes there for a quick second.
Yeah, he did. That was a close one.
Just snap loose on him. Wow. Man, very lucky Cole didn't take out a couple different cars.
Well, talking about that late caution you were saying there, Mr. English, 20 laps to go right now, and looks like Zach Millett is probably gonna lead this field on down into pit road. Some of the people like Stubbs getting his lap back, getting put onto
there
that
you
lead
go.
lap here
Dude.
once again.
4 tires right now. 4 tires. Just a splash if you needed a fuel. Get out there and win this thing. I mean, he's sitting pretty right now.
What about this? Let's say you don't need the fuel, but you fill it up all the way just by accident. Is that going to slow you down with a full tank?
So iRacing does simulate the weight. So yeah, just take whatever fuel you need. The lighter you are, the better you're going to be, and the easier you're going to be on those tires as well.
That's interesting.
But yeah, Jessica, we did a Google search. Well, this is how I did it anyway, of best online racing around, and iRacing popped up, and it's a cheap subscription, and there's a lot of free content on there. So if you're interested in doing it, definitely go check out iRacing. They do have membership specials and stuff every now and then. So
Yeah,
I don't know what a wheel and pedals cost nowadays for a rudimentary setup, to determine whether you like it or not. It's got to be a couple $100 probably.
yeah, you could probably do it for a couple $100 still. I mean, it's fun. It's kind of the same thing. I did a little Forza back in the day, and I thought, man, I like NASCAR, so
Yeah.
this is the premier NASCAR stuff. So that's how I'm involved.
Yeah, iRacing been around for a while.
At some point, they're gonna
They
redo
upgrade
it and upgrade
very regularly.
Well, they do a lot of maintenance, which is good too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no one. another sim, or Factor 2, that needs the same attention.
Well, you coughed, and I know you coughed for a reason. Something needs.
Oh,
attention.
iRacing's been around for quite a while there, Jessica. I used to play Dirt to Daytona over at my friend's house. Eventually got my own wheel for the PlayStation, even though I didn't own a PlayStation, just so I'd have my own wheel racing against him. And from there, he ended up getting a iRacing subscription way back in like 2011, 2012, and I was over. He's like, "Dude,
wow.
dude, check this out!" And so I jumped on there, and I'm like, "Wow, this is crazy." And then 2013, when I was an adult and was making adult money, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna get my own stuff," and jumped on in there as well.
We made a lot of friends, and like we all met on iRacing, and I mean it really is neat. One year, well, 2 different years. Not all of us made it both years, but a couple of years in a row, we all got together in Dallas and went and raced go-karts against each other after racing against each other on iRacing. So that was really surreal, man. That really took the cake there as the pace car's coming on down.
It does. So the final 17 laps now underway. Green flag waving side by side here. We're going to have a interesting one to finish this race off. As Zach Millett and Nick Coate go side by side. Right behind them is the 69 and the 90. All 4 of those guys have led this race at one point or another. So we got some good contenders up here to finish this one off. The 315 holds on to the lead, squeezes on up in front of that 5, preventing him from getting any run here. But the 5 looking down low, not quite going to get the nose just there in time. Oh, it's the 90. He's getting squeezed out by a few people here as the 15 moves his way on around. The 13 of Chris Klein now trying to get on around.
Yeah, it looks like the 90 got loose there is the reason that he lost so much ground.
Ooh, 15 a little loose coming out of turn number 2, able to hold on to it. He's going to lose that momentum, though. It's got a little bit of time, as Robert Amaral has a little bit of a issue back there. Still green flag, though, as he's able to get it back collected and onto the racetrack. Does looks like he's got some suspension damage on that left front.
He's been fighting that car all night long, the 70 of Robert Amaral in that Jack Daniels machine. He's just had some bad luck, I reckon.
Oh, and now it was the 13 of Chris Klein having an issue coming out of turn number 2. That's going to allow the 90 and the 60. The 60 still a couple laps down here, trying to get some positions back as the 90 looks underneath here, trying to get a run as the 69 of Larry Dickerson tries to hold up that 15 of Vince Short.
Well, see if Zach can make some space here, like he did all night. Not quite separating himself like he was previously.
I think the new tires even things out just a little bit as the 5 tries to chase down that 315, but the 315 just pulling away ever so slowly as the 15 looks underneath the 69 here side by side as they head on down the back straightaway here.
Yeah, 315. We said it earlier, man. He's
Ooh,
just putting on a
contact between the 15 and the 69 as the 15 dirt tracks it.
Still green here. And alive. Well, I tell you what, Timothy Stubblefield would like to see a caution come out. He is the only car on his lap, 1 lap down here, so he's pretty much an automatic lucky dog if we get another caution to come out, as long as he's not involved in anything. I tell you what, I've cussed this track up and down. I hate racing here. But we've seen some great racing out here on the broadcast tonight from the Numb Thumbs Racing League here in this Arca series.
Well, I agree, but this track it's kind of goofy.
Yep.
It is a short track, but it just feels long. It takes a long.
Oop, did we lose Turner?
I think we might have lost him there. Yeah, there's
We're
some
lost.
Oh, you're
there's some
back.
high
Y'all got me?
speeds here.
We got you
what
back.
happened? So it's the. I guess they're coming for me, guys. So it was nice knowing y'all.
You hear the
The black
Blackhawks?
helicopters are outside.
Yeah.
That was a 69 and the 15 continue their battle for the final podium spot here. Oh, little bit of contact. Both drivers able to hang on to it, but they're still going to be side by side coming back down across the line. 9 laps left to go here.
Coming down to it. It's time to start turning and burning some people, ain't it, Adam?
Ooh, turn and burn. Yeah, let's do that. 69 got into the wall.
That he did, so it checked him up. He squeezes on down back to the bottom line just in time before the 15 can make a run. These two are going at it. Here's the 69, gets a little bit of run coming out of turn number 4. Is able to just barely hold on to that position, but I got a feeling we're going to be watching this race for third here as we start to come on down to it.
Is intense for sure, man. Don't count out the 13 of Klein either. He wants a piece of this action as well.
Learn on your own. Do it.
He's able to stay with these cats because they're fighting each other.
That's Zach, though.
Danny in that A&W car, he's eyeballing them as well.
Well, I'd like to go back to about 1982 where I could get them to come to the glass and one of them frozen mug A&Ws on the tray with a hot dog with onions on it.
Yeah, the raw onions.
And chili.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With you there. Here we go. Coming up to 5 to go, boys. Getting intense out there for third.
Yeah, you ain't kidding here. As these guys continue to race hard. Even the 13, Chris Klein, he's still up here in the mix with it too. He's probably just waiting for these guys to take each other out so he can slip right on through and take third.
I've seen it happen, especially at restrictor plate races.
Well, maybe we'll see somebody get. Oh, there it is. Turned and learned right there. 15.
Oh, and that's going to bring out the yellow flag.
Oh, the 15 turned him. Oh, man, I was watching that too. Larry Dickerson probably not going to be happy with that maneuver.
I heard the joy and the laughter as soon as we had somebody turn somebody.
I was watching those two because they were so close.
I didn't laugh,
happened.
Larry, until just then. So,
well, I didn't laugh at Larry. I just laughed at the turning and learning. I mean,
you could feel it coming, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I could feel it coming, but I don't think it was on purpose.
No, I don't think so either.
But it did come at a crucial time.
I mean, it's kind of neat to see drama late. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It makes for good TV, but the drivers aren't happy.
Who's
kind of the
gonna get
opposite,
wave?
you know what I'm
Who's
saying?
going to get the wave around here?
What do you mean, who's going to get the wave around? Should be Stubbs.
Yeah, Jessica said Tim's happy. That must mean he's going to get the wave around here. The pace car just crossed the line. We should find out now. Yeah, here he comes. 92 says, I'm coming high on the radio. Here comes that 92. He gets his lap back. So he'll be a part of the action up front as we'll have 7 cars on the lead lap once we restart here. I don't think I think we're going to stay. Well, no, this might be a green-white checker. We're going to have to wait and find out here. So these guys make a couple more laps. Well, Derek Welch said all this makes his night a little bit more interesting.
Oh, yeah?
I guess. I mean, he's not going to gain any more positions.
You know what? He was in the hospital bed watching our one of our races. So kudos
He
to
was.
him. Glad he's still here watching this one.
I'm glad he took his Flintstone vitamins and got over that disease that he had. This will be the first of 3 available green-white checkers.
Oh man.
So it is official. This will be our first attempt at a green-white checker finish.
Now, the only way I think Coat can get on the Millet is if Millet has a terrible restart, which he hasn't yet, or
He
turn
just
him.
Smashes him. Yeah.
Yeah, just turn him, smash him. He's that much. Zach's been that much faster tonight.
Yeah. We're not condoning wrecking
No, I
people,
am. No, I am.
but
Actually, I am.
it makes it fun to watch.
AAA Broadcasting might not condone it, but myself as my own entity, I'm condoning it right now.
Did you see
Sorry.
what Derek just wrote? He said he tested positive for flu and COVID at the same time. He said, "How's that happen?"
Oh, he got the double. See, that's what
He
they
got
want
the
you to have.
double.
That's what they want you to have. But now you're tougher
Damn,
now
boy.
that you come out of it. You come out of it now, you're showing the government that you don't deserve this.
You better drink some orange juice and take your
Well.
magnesium pill or whatever it is. Zinc.
Magnesium
That's
pill.
zinc.
I don't know. I'm just glad he got out of that because that's
If
a
you
double
can't-
whammy.
If you can't take your zinc medicine, just go suck on some dimes. I heard that works.
Dimes.
Or a 10-millimeter wrench if you can find it.
So we get on down to it. Green-white checker finish here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Millet, Coat, Short, Baker, Klein, Dickerson, and Stubblefield all in it with a chance to win it here. So that means it's time to buckle on up, strap on that drinking helmet, throw inhibition out the window. The people up in the bleachers are getting excited here as the pace car comes on down into pit road. Down through the Geico restart zone we go. Man, that Geico restart zone is huge here at this racetrack as we go back to green flag racing here with this first attempt at a green-white checker. The 315 out to an early lead with the 5 right there behind him. The 15 of Vince Short still stuck up behind, though. He's got the 90 of Daniel Baker coming up along on the outside as the 5 does a little crossover to Zach Millet here, side by side, racing for the lead as they head on down through turns 3 and 4. Now back down the home straightaway here, looking to take the white flag, and they do. No more cautions here tonight as we're side by side in the 15 getting turned by the 90. Still side by side here for the race lead. The 315 trying to do a little crossover move as some dirt track action happens behind these two guys fighting for the overall race lead. Again, no more cautions here tonight as they enter in that final turn 3 and 4. The 5 trying to hold up the 315 as much as he can, getting a little bit of a run, but a squiggle from Zach Millet as the 5 of Nicholas Coat gets the win here in the 69 of Larry Dickerson finds his dirt track presence and is able to drift through and pick up third.
There was some turning and learning all on that last lap. Timothy Stubblefield in the top 4 almost made it into the podium.
So we take a look here back at this this last lap here. Let's go ahead and take a look from where's Vince Short? There's Vince Short's name. So we see here the 90 all up in his business. Oh, just getting turned a little bit there. And that took those two guys out of that race. Stubbs, trying to find his way through the madness, is able to do so. And so then it was Chris Klein and the 69 of Dickerson. Little love tap there to the quarter panel from the 69 machine. And the 13 goes around the 60, finishing him on off. The 92 of Stubbs just filtering his way through this crowd, able to slip on by and pick up that 4th place spot. But Nick Coat with a great charge here at the end, picking up your race win.
We did have an apology issued by the 69 to the 13. Said, hey, man, I really did mean to get into your quarter panel there. And the 13, the Klein, come over the radio and says, "Hey, man, sometimes it happens." So no bad blood, at least apparent, between those two drivers, much to Adam Turner's chagrin.
Oh, I know. I want everybody to be happy with each other. It was a fun ending. I liked the last couple laps. I mean, a lot of the thing got kind of monotonous over the 180 laps, but the last 3 or 4 laps, that was fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Indeed, as we can get these interviews started up underway here, we can start things off with the 69 of Larry Dickerson holding on for that final lap to pick up that 3rd place spot. But Larry, it doesn't happen often, but we see ourselves a green-white checker at a 1-mile track, and boy, all helter-skelter broke on loose.
Yeah, you can definitely say that. It was interesting. I hate my guy in the cruise. I did not mean. I had it turned to the left. I had those fresh tires. I was trying to make my way up through there clean. And when that wreck happened, going in turn 1 in front of me, I had it turn all the way to the left. And as soon as I got underneath them, it got super tight, and it slid up into him, and I knocked him sideways, and he ended up getting run over from behind, and that's not how I want to get a 3rd. I hate that. I did not mean to do that.
Well, we heard you talking on the radio, telling him, that you didn't mean to do that, and he come back over the radio. He keyed up and said, "Hey, man, stuff happens on the racetrack, But that LA Construction Chevrolet that you had out there tonight was in pretty good shape all night, and you had a heck of a run. But next week is going to be kind of unpredictable. We're going to iRacing Super Speedway. And I don't know if it's still going to be heat racing, but that's what the
they changed it.
Yeah, Derek announced it.
Yeah, they changed it on the radio.
I'm always the last to know.
No, Derek announced it on. I was trying to get that in. I forgot. Derek announced that on the radio, right? They're changing it to Texas. Is that right?
Yeah, he said Texas.
Oh, okay. Another change to the change.
I just don't know if it's the new Texas or the old Texas. He didn't say.
Well, what do you think about Texas? How do you like that track?
It's a very, I don't know. It's very picky for me because the new Texas, I admit, I struggle at, and it's just, I don't know. I can never figure out that configuration. I can figure out turn 3 and 4 is just 1 and 2. That dip in 1 and 2 just screws me up every time. So I got to work on that. If it's the old Texas, I'm gonna be really happy because I've had a lot of success on iRacing at the old Texas, and that's actually where I got my first ever win. So, be nice to start out strong with the playoffs with a good finish. I've got kind of a roll here lately, and it's nice to always get to talk to y'all. And so, hopefully, I missed the first half of the season, but I somehow made the playoffs. I give it. Mainly, I think, because Derek changed it to the top 20 points instead of top 10, so that kind of helped me out really big. And plus, it helps. I feel like I'm being really consistent with my finishes and running strong and not getting any problems. So I'm ready to get the playoffs started.
Awesome, man. Well, you look good out there here tonight. Congratulations. Before we let you go, Larry, you got any final shout-outs or anything like that?
Y'all say y'all can see my paint scheme on the broadcast, right? Because mine wasn't appearing on my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give a shout out to LA Construction. Again, my brother-in-law's home construction company out of Roxborough, North Carolina, out on the Virginia-North Carolina border. So anybody needs any work done near our area, give him a look up. He'll take care of you. He's a really good guy. JP Designs for my paint jobs. He does an amazing job, and I'm glad I can represent his paint jobs the way I do. Well, hopefully I represent them good in his eyes. But shout out to him. Shout out to y'all guys for an amazing broadcast y'all put on every week. I would put y'all in the Hall of Fame status of broadcasting. I don't see nobody doing any better.
Oh, man, we appreciate that.
Oh man, anytime. shout out to Derek. I know he's not been feeling good all week, but it was really nice to see him out on the track night. He was really fast until he got out. I think he could have contended for a top 3, been on the podium. So shout out to him. Shout out to all the league sponsors, JP Designs, NTR, of course, NTRL, Team Track Bar Media, Admin Box. I can't remember if I'm missing anybody else. But all the sponsors and like I said, my biggest sponsor, Angelman Syndrome Foundation. Again, anybody can go support that form of autism and help out those people. It's a really awesome group, and you'll be doing an amazing cause for an amazing organization and amazing people. So, shout out to them, and shout out to my wife for letting me do this again and dealing with me hooping and hollering sometimes.
Awesome. Well, great job here tonight, Larry. Congratulations on the podium finish here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you guys back out here in action next week.
All right, brother. I look forward to seeing y'all Sunday.
And with that, we head on up to the man who was quite dominant here tonight, and it came on down to the green-white checker finish, and that's going to be the 3:15 of Zach Millett. Zach, you looked like you had tamed this tricky flat 1 mile racetrack pretty well, and unfortunately for you, just a late caution got things all knotted right back on up, and we all know how green-white checkers go. It's all wreckers or checkers there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's just a matter of time. Somebody's going to time the restart better than you and diving in, and that's pretty much all she wrote. Just not enough time to make a race out of it and then get back up there.
Well, you made one hell of an effort out there today, and it did not go unnoticed. We appreciate the show that you put on here, but you also have a Twitch channel. Did you want to talk about that? We tried to talk about a little bit on the broadcast here tonight, but this is your time, man. So, talk about your Twitch channel if you want to for a little bit.
Yeah, man. It's funny too. You know how it is. Sometimes the best races you have are the ones you don't stream. And
Yeah.
of course, tonight we didn't stream because I was having some issues with Race Labs. Didn't want to cooperate tonight, so yeah, we figured out. We'll skip one, and go figure. We have a good race, run out front, have a good showing, and you know how it works. But yeah, we'll be streaming the No Bull Truck Series this season, starting up. Actually, last week was the Gatorade Duels, so we'll be doing that every Sunday night, and then we'll be doing the Numb Thumbs Truck League here on Tuesday night. So that'll be a lot of fun, and we'll be streaming every one of them, so it'll be a lot of action.
Yeah, that's definitely a computer thing. We know how that happens. We've missed a few things just because of computer stuff, but I mean, it's kind of unfortunate what you were really dominating, and that last caution just kind of edged you out just a little bit, but you had a heck of a car. Great run tonight. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank NTR. I'd like to thank you guys, AAA Broadcasting, HBR TV, Track Bar Media. And if you shoot me a follow at that S4 guy on Twitch, and we'll have some pretty good streams coming up.
Will do.
Definitely will do, my friend. Zach, you had a great run here tonight. Just a little bit short there, but a solid second place finish for you here. Congratulations, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you out here again next week.
I hope so. Thanks, guys.
And as we move ourselves on up to tonight's race winner, that's going to be the 5 of Nicholas Coate. Having an issue there at the start, but fought your way on back, took the lead here kind of towards the middle of the race, and then you took it back once again here under that green-white checker to pull yourself away for the win. Congratulations, man. That looked like it was, there's a lot of hard fighting out there going on.
Oh yeah, definitely. New Hampshire's hard to pass, so you kind of. Millett did a great job. He got lucky with that last caution. I don't know what to say. I just knew that if I had a shot with a caution, try to get him on the green white checkered, and it worked.
Well, it was cool to see a New England guy and a New Yorker fight it out for the finish at this track up in New Hampshire. And you had a New Hampshire native on here broadcasting the deal. But yeah, man, the 315 was pretty much putting on a clinic out there. But we saw how hard you were fighting the 69, and it was going to be one of you guys that were going to get up there and challenge him, and you rose to the challenge, man. What a great race out there! What was the determining factor that put you up there? Was it that late caution that really made the difference?
Yeah, I was pretty content to finish in second or third. That's where I thought it was going to be between me and Larry. And then that last caution came out, and it gave me a chance, and I took advantage of it.
Yeah, you did. A couple things. What about Texas next week? What do you think your chances are there? And who would you like to thank?
I think I have a pretty good shot at Texas. I've run a few races there and C-Fixed and the Arca cars. So pretty confident heading into it. And then I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast and everyone at NTRL for putting on the league.
Awesome. Well, great job out here tonight, Nick, as you go ahead and go celebrate this victory all weekend long, and we'll look forward to seeing you back out in action here once again next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
And with that closes down all our stuff here from New Hampshire, and that ended up finishing to being a pretty dang good race there, boys.
That was awesome, man. It was a great finish to a track that it really has a bad reputation for, racing in New Hampshire's boring and all this, that, and the other, but it's a technical track, and these guys treated it as such. And the top few guys, man, they really were close all night. We even had some close battles back in the pack, so great watching all the way around.
And nobody threw any elbows, which disappointed me. But the last probably 10 laps, I loved it. It was fun. It's racing. It is what it is. Let's go on to Texas. That's my home track. I love it. So I'm looking forward to next week.
Yes, sir. So let's go ahead, wind things down, and tell everybody where their favorite driver finished up here tonight. Starting us off with that 5 of Nicholas Coate, picking up the race win. The 315, Zach Millett, dominant all race long, just coming up a little bit shy there on that green-white checker. Coming home in second. The 69, Larry Dickerson, fought his way up through the field here, those final last few laps to wind up on that podium. Same thing with Stubbs, Timothy Stubblefield, cutting and slicing and dicing his way to a 4th place finish here tonight. The 13 of Chris Klein, getting all knotted up there kind of towards the end as well, but still able to finish in 5th. 6 is the 15 of Vince Short, with the 90 of Daniel Baker getting into it there with the 15 just a little bit at the end, but able to walk away with a 7th. You got the 60 of Brian Neff coming home in 8th, with the 73 of Josh Kelleher coming in 9th, and the 19 of Cole Larson will round out your top 10.
Robert Amaral fighting a loose condition most of the night tonight in that Jack Daniels number 70 machine. He'll finish in 11th. 12th place will be James Bowden in the 53 in the Fujifilm machine. He also had some problems out there with some traction. Derek Welch not feeling too well out there still. He'll finish in 13th after starting outside row number 1. Oldest man in iRacing, Richard Gray, old Michelob in the 110, will finish right where he started, right there at the back of the field. It's good to talk to him, though, during the caution. We don't really get to talk to him too much. Hopefully it wasn't the broadcaster curse that brought him back to the back.
I got a feeling it was probably those grandbabies out there, but thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time with us here tonight. As always, you guys are the reason why we do this, so please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, so that way you get alerted every single time that we go live here, as we go live quite frequently, and you don't want to miss a second of the great race in action. And if you enjoy any of the great race in action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, so that way you YouTube algorithm knows, hey, we should share this with more and more people, and we can continue to grow this great community. We also got to thank the great race sponsors of JP Designs and 3D Prints. Thank you guys for jumping on board here all season. Same thing with Davidson Builders. Big thank you to all of you guys. Big thank you again to Admin Box as well, jumping on board here. Of course, we got to say thank you to Track Bar Media. Be sure to go check them on out. Same thing with SimGearCentral.com as well. Some great button boxes on sale over there. And of course, TrackDogsRacing.com, where you can go and get yourself some NTRL and AAA merchandise over there. Definitely do not want to miss out on some of that. And of course, big thank you to Country Through the Ages. Well, we have our Saturday nights off, so we will be back with the NTRL Xfinity Series coming up, and that is going to be, let me look at the schedule here to make sure I'm actually correct. I'm looking at the wrong slip. 19, 20, 21. I wonder if the date's wrong, but either way, the next race would be
22nd. Should be
the 22nd. Am I looking at the wrong one? No, that's the Xfinity one. Well,
they're off?
No, it's either. Oh, I'm looking at 22nd. Atlanta.
It says Atlanta.
Atlanta. I was looking down in February because I'm a dummy.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be back from Atlanta, and yeah, I just need to shut it down. So I'm Alan Brown for Alan English.
Hey, you've been sick.
And Adam Turner. We're signing off, and we'll see you guys on Sunday.
We gone.
See ya.